Let's talk about food, part two. The first food facts I would like to share are the following. Human beings in the Western world are, for the most part, magnesium deficient, among other minerals. Plant whole chain magnesium is different from magnesium oxides, which are plant fertilizers, not nutrients, not minerals, not vitamins. Vitamin is a man-made work. A man-made work. Vitamins, vital minerals? No, they're not. Vital minerals come from plants. Oxides, which are these so-called vitamins and minerals, are basically plant fertilizers. And humans cannot digest these oxides called zinc, magnesium, iron, etc. that comes from oxides. They don't come from plant sources. This is what you have to find out. What is the origin of these vitamins? If it's iron, what is the origin of this iron, this white powder in this capsule? You have to find that out. Because humans can only absorb maybe 7% at most of these so-called vitamins and minerals, or they're basically oxides called minerals and vitamins. Listen, the 97% of it is dumped from the body as a toxin. The body cannot even absorb most of these so-called minerals or these so-called vitamins like zinc and so forth in these capsules. So we have to understand that they are basically fertilizers for plants, like giving the plant zinc, molybdenum, iron, potassium, phosphorus. It's a oxide for plants, which have the ability to break down oxides into microparticles and digest them and convert them into energy, flavonoids, polysaccharides, etc., that then produce chlorophyll or chloroplast. Only a plant can do that. Humans cannot convert oxides or minerals from dirt or rock material into nutrients. That's not how the human body is designed or constructed. So keep that in mind when you go buy your vitamins and your minerals and your iron or your zinc and your calcium and your vitamin C and so forth. Find out first what is the origin of it. But unfortunately, because it is not connected to a full natural chain of other minerals, oxygen, carbon, etc., then it's an oxide. You cannot separate vitamin C from the long chain from the vegetable or fruit that it came from. If you isolate and separate it, now it becomes a toxic substance. It must be bound with all of the other minerals that it is composed from coming from nature. You can't separate it. When you separate it, it is no longer that mineral. It is an oxide now, which then becomes what? A plant fertilizer. But let's go on. Human beings, through many parts of the world, has not experienced nature's natural DNA plant nutrition for over 150 years. This is the period where industrial agriculture was born. 150 plus years ago. Industrial agriculture, where botanists and other plant scientists were crossbreeding a lot of plants. They were creating a lot of different varieties. They were creating hybrids, and they were creating what we like to call certain heirloom plants, etc., that were stable or open pollinated. But they were all hybrids. They were not natural plants as they were from nature. For instance, let's look at the strawberry. You have the wild strawberry. It's very small. So what they did is they took the wild strawberry and they crossed it to create larger haploids so that the strawberry would grow bigger. But in growing bigger, it lost its DNA. Because once you start crossing it and tampering with it, it loses its natural, basically biological, physiological, biochemical integrity. So all we eat is unnatural foods. And what has happened? That means the industrial agriculturists now control your food source because you don't know how to go in nature and identify real food. I will go again and say this. All of this hybrid, genetically modified, chemically processed, chemically induced so-called fruit and vegetables that we eat and processed foods, cans, boxes, and bags and glass jars, Let me tell you, that is the supplement. What is in nature, the natural plants in nature, which is all around us, which we cannot identify, most of it has been very disrupted because man is cutting down and destroying habitat so that the natural plants become extinct. We don't have the food sources we had, let's say, 50 years ago, 100 years ago, 120 years ago, where it was abundant. To find unspoiled land where you could find a lot of natural plants with high medicinal properties and nutritional value, you have to go to unspoiled land to find that, and it is becoming rare and rare to do so. However, so humans haven't had nature's natural DNA plant sources in 150 plus years, maybe 200 years, because industrial agriculture came and displaced people knowing how to go in the forest and forage nutritional plants like morel mushrooms, like lamb's quarter, like young poke salad leaves. I can go on forever. Nettles, watercress, just so many plants. I can't even begin to name them all. It's literally hundreds and hundreds. So again, what we are experiencing now is magnesium deficiency, proper iron deficiency, proper gold deficiency, because remember, our bodies have gold as well. Gold is a part of the body's biochemistry. So is chromium and many of the other elements we see on the periodical chart. It's just in small amounts, and it's in a large chain of other minerals where it's bonded properly in short or long chain chemical bonds. That's how nature works. And without putting fire to your food, it gets even more abysmal. Meaning, humans are the only creatures on the planet that put fire to their food. No other creature does that. They eat the food directly the way it is from nature. Now we can say, oh, that's because we're so intelligent. No, it's because we have basically turned our backs on nature and its fullness. And so we decided to do things different. We want to destroy, kill, and burn our food so it has no nutrition in it. So again, if we put that factor in with everything else expressed, that means humans have not had, in the Western world or industrialized world, true nutrition for over 1,000 years. Visit us at Sadiq's Bistro at 3762 Campbellton Road, Atlanta, Georgia, or call us at 404-475-2517.